It was like luxury porn. I mean, I'm sorry. It was just... Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a very long time since I've last filmed. First things first, I have tried coloring my hair. It's a balayage. It's taken me a while to get used to. I have some videos that I filmed way back in May or April. I can't remember. Those videos will still have me with my black hair, and I think you guys can figure out the timeline. But anyway, I'm rambling because I'm a little bit rusty and it's been a while. For the whole month of May, I haven't done anything. And now we are already in the middle of June, and here I am filming something, and God knows when I'm going to be able to edit this and put this out. But I just felt that it was an imperative to make this video because I have just had one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences where, yes, I have met up with Connor and Celia. Connor from The Closet by Connor and Celia, who's from Luxivore on Instagram. And I will put their links in the channel, and they are just very beautiful people inside and outside. And I cannot get over the fact that I have made some genuine connections over YouTube in real life. And yes, I'm looking at you, Corrine, and also you, Amelia. I think just having met Connor in person and Celia as well, it just blew me away. It just blew me away how easy it was to connect with people that you've met on the internet. And I don't know if this is apparent at all because people tell me this isn't apparent, but I'm not actually a very sociable person. I'm introverted by nature, extremely introverted, only to be bested by my husband, who is even more introverted than I am. It really was like a big deal for me to push myself to start a channel on YouTube and talk about things that in real life I felt rather embarrassed to talk about with people in my circle. But here I am, and I feel like I've made some real friends on the internet over Lux. I always call it Lux Instagram, but because that's where I started off. But actually, it's just luxury YouTube, luxury Instagram. It's this Lux community that I often watch other YouTubers talk about, but I never had the privilege of experiencing myself in person. And now that I've had a taste of it, I am just blown away, guys. I am truly, genuinely blown away by how amazing people can be, how kind and decent and hilarious Connor and Celia were, and the immediate connection that we had. I just adore those two. I just adore you. So one thing that I have realized is that I usually shop alone or with my husband. And just like having Connor, Celia, Corrine, my husband, and myself, joined by Amelia later, we all walked around from boutique to boutique, and we just shopped around for hours. And I haven't had that experience in ever. The kind of excitement and joy going around with a crew of people who got your back. I've just never felt more supported. And yes, I am getting emotional about this. And it's something that I don't have very often, especially after becoming a mom of three little boys that I love and adore. But it comes with its own challenges. And luxury has always been my escape and my little safe space. Just that whole experience of being comfortable in a bunch of people, just, it warmed my heart. It really did give me faith in humanity again. Yeah, for all those people out there who are saying that luxury YouTube is dead, or that, I don't know, like luxury is over, it's about the joy, it's about the connection, it's about the memories. And we all live our life only once. So I feel like there's a level to it that is, it is shallow, no doubt about it, and it's very happy. I think that there is a space for things like that in our lives. And whether it's a trend or not, I feel like those of us who participate in luxury on this level will probably just keep at it. It's not a phase, I guess. I don't know if I will ever find myself falling out of love with luxury, but here I am. I think I started in 2019, and here I am in 2024. It's 5 years, and I'm still going strong. So, okay, my thoughts are all over the place because I've not been this excited to make a video in quite a long time. And that's why I also had to take a hiatus. My personal life has been overwhelming with the kids and certain struggles. And I'm just glad that the old spark is back. First things first, I need to address my luxury low buy year. I I mean, it's been 6 months and running, like 6.5 months by the time I'm filming this. And I think that I've largely stuck to it. This is a very thorny issue. So I think that I've stuck to my luxury low buy quite well until now, until this very moment where I'm starting to rethink my entire luxury low buy year, because I do have 6 months left of it. And in terms of a money value sum, I did set a budget, and with the purchase of this wonderful little thing here, I have definitely blown through that budget. Well, but not by a lot, just by a sum. In terms of bag count wise, I'm actually quite good right now at this moment. I haven't revealed this, but this is going to be counted as my 3rd bag of my year. Don't know if I want to continue with the luxury low buy. I don't know if I want to stick to the 4 bag quota. After hanging out and going and hitting the boutiques with them, there have been so many items that have been added to my wish list. I'm not exactly a person who keeps a wish list. And this year, I think it's the first year that I've started to have a wish list on my Instagram. I call it a lust list. And I definitely added some items to it after hitting the boutiques with them. And I also want to just mention these bags here. So maybe my future self can go back, or some of you guys can just remind me of these things that I once coveted. So the first thing that I was really drawn to on this luxury outing was this Fendi men's multi-pocket baguette with the silver hardware, and it's in this maxi baguette size. And I've never held a maxi baguette before, but I actually am in love with it because the strap drop is a lot lower and I can carry it very easily as a hobo bag. And as I've mentioned before, I do think that having that oversized baguette does make my butt look smaller. I found this bag and it looks good on my husband. I know that when it comes to my luxury low buy, I can probably chalk this up under a bag for my husband, even though I know he's probably not going to use it as much as I am. So I've tried on the woman's multi-pocket baguette. So I've tried on the woman's multi-pocket baguette, and I do really like it. I like that it has gold hardware. I'm generally more of a gold hardware person, but I think that in the recent year or so, I've kind of gravitated towards palladium hardware thanks to my Birkin over there. And I'm starting to really grow very fond of that crisp, modern freshness that silver hardware does give to any bag. So, and I do admit that it is also very much a trend right now. So there's that. And then the second thing that I've been very drawn to, and I cannot state this enough, are the Louis Vuitton mini capucines in some exotic leather. Also, the Louis Vuitton Petite Malle. There's a circle of luxury YouTubers that I do watch, and all of them have been influencing me to fall in love with these exotic LV capucines or LV Petite Malle. Yes, I'm looking at Dayle from Dayle's Addiction. Yes, hi, if you're watching this. Definitely Meredith from Living Lux with Meredith, and Deb from Wild Unfiltered. I do think that I am more drawn to the style of, or the model and the shape and the construction of the LV Petite Malle. But I am also very attracted to the LV mini capucines because of my love for the Fendi Peekaboo in the petite ICU model and size. So I do find that that's very similar to each other. The little top handle, the trapezoidal shape, and the little top handle does fulfill a spectrum of functions for me, actually. So yes, there is that. And I will put up here a bunch of videos that I have of, number one, the oil slick mini capucines bag from LV in the lizard. So I know that Meredith was the first person I've seen to have this oil slick bag, petroleum finish. And it's so gorgeous in person. Like, I loved it from afar and was fine with loving it from afar until I held this little beauty in my hot little hands. And it is so dimensional. It is so changing according to the light. And it's so edgy in its outlook. It's not that feminine. It is somewhat feminine, but in an edgy powerful way. And I really love that it's a darker color, which I don't really have right now in my little top handle. I am very much drawn to more lighter colored bags. So I, of course, was very drawn to the mini capucines in this petal pop color. It's like pink and gold and a bit of lilac on a predominantly white base. And it is also a lizard skin. And I think Connor was telling me that lizard is a very easy exotic leather to own. And I've not owned a lizard yet. I do have a horrible phobia of lizards, but somehow on the bags, I am fine with it. And maybe I can just hold up these lizard bags and show those lizards that, who's boss? Look, I'm wearing this on my bags. So I really liked it. And I really liked the chain that was on this LV mini capucines. I was sorely tempted. And the other thing that I was surprised by was the pricing of these LV mini capucines in the exotic leathers. I was not expecting. They were all about 13,000 Sing dollars or 13,100 Sing dollars. And I know that's like an insane amount if you think about it. But for a exotic leather bag, I do feel like that is quite acceptable. Well, we are in a luxury YouTube here. So I do think that for that amount of money, that actually made a lot of sense. And there was this LV Petite Mal in, I believe it was a Karung, which is a kind of water snake exotic leather. And I don't know, I've heard that people say that a Karung isn't really up there in the exotic leathers, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it does come in this beautiful mother of pearl finish. It's the snowy white and it's iridescent and it has silver hardware and it's a very ice princess kind of bag to have. And I was very drawn to it because I think it was 9,400 and something Sing dollars. So it was doable, especially if you consider the prices of Chanel Classic Flaps now. You're getting a much edgier bag and a much more unique and special bag in an exotic skin. And I was sorely tempted. But the thing that turned me off about that Petite Mal was the thick strap. And I am not very sure yet how I feel about it, because I really love Dayle's or purple ostrich, like the lilac purple ostrich that Dayle has in her Petite Mal. It has a thick strap, and I don't care. If I had the opportunity to buy that bag, I will, because that bag just is amazing. It's so amazing. Oh, and there was one gold foil finish on I think it was also Karung. It was a Karung, or was it a water snake? I can't remember. Mini capucine. And it was so pretty. It was so bedazzled. Like it bedazzled me. And yes, it was definitely a peak moment in that whole weekend. The other thing that I was really drawn to and really tempted by was to leave a deposit for the turquoise Speedy 25 in the men's collection that's coming out soon in July. And I am this close to doing it, guys. This close to leaving a deposit for that turquoise bag. So yes, I've been sitting on that too. So we also visited Lux Lexicon. Oh my God, it was an overwhelming experience. I just couldn't process. My brain couldn't compute. And just the sheer amount of Hermes bags in that space, the amount of Kelly's, Kelly 25s especially, and mini Kellys and Birkin 25s. It was like luxury porn. I mean, I'm sorry. It was indecent just seeing the amount of Hermes bags, quarter bags, just displayed out there in their glass windows for you to ogle at. I was like, oh my God, I have died and gone to heaven. I kind of fell in love with the Rose Extreme Mini Kelly, and I was so tempted. To get it. Yes, I have accumulated these number of wishlist bags in just a short span of a weekend, which begs the question, why am I doing this luxury low buy? I hate to come back down to earth because life is hard enough, and if you have the means to escape somewhere or to make things go a little bit easier, I don't think it's hurting anybody. I don't think it's to an unhealthy degree. Yeah, and this is This is not the majority of my life, at least, and this is just because it is what I put out publicly. It doesn't by any means represent the majority of my life. I just wanted to capture my thoughts and my feelings from having such an epic weekend. Yeah, it was overwhelming. I'm glad that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone to meet people that I've interacted with over the internet. At least on my part, I feel like I've made a genuinely true connection. Oh, and actually the last thing that I want to mention is this little bag here. Yes, just before meeting Connor and Celia on Friday late afternoon, I had just got back from Bali, and I received this text message from my mistress sales associate. So if you are not aware, I have been somewhat cheating on my Hermes sales associate with another sales associate. I started a profile under my husband's name. It has been a year. I have finally gotten an offer from her on Friday before meeting Connor and Celia. And I just take that as a sign, like, you guys better come back to Singapore again so I can get offered another quota bag. I am a very impulsive person, and believe me, at Louis Vuitton, when I saw all those exotic bags, I was just ready. I was just ready to bring one home. If not for Corrine, thank you so much. You are amazing. If anybody needs any luxury sounding board, please, I think Corrine is the person to talk to. I will link her here in the description box down below. She is definitely the person to talk to. She's very balanced. And yes, I think that she also thought that it was right. It was okay. It was okay to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. But if not for that phone call with my sales associate that I have a quota bag offer, I definitely would have brought one home already. And I think also my husband, he reminded me of the quota bag offer and how I didn't want to dim that moment somewhat. You know, I don't like it when the bags start to overshadow each other. And that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do the luxury low buy. Already as it is, I do have, I think, a backlog of 3 bags that I haven't yet unboxed. And I've been struggling with this and whether I should unbox those 3 bags first and then unbox this on my birthday. This bag definitely needs to jump the queue because I want to capture this whole moment together. I do think this was the nice finale to that wonderful weekend that I had. And I just want to thank Connor and Celia, Corrine and Amelia, and my very dear husband for just like being there and just like, yeah, hanging out with little me here. It gave me faith. It gave me faith in luxury YouTube, and it made me want to create again. And I don't know, for those of you who are feeling somewhat down in the slumps, I hope that this video kind of adds value to you somehow. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. And until then, please take care and goodbye. Bye.